Rinkcast Season 9, Episode 6, opening week. We are on the eve of the Chicago Blackhawks 2025-2026 season. What's going on? I'm Andy Campbell. I'm here with Sean Fitzgerald and Jimmy O'Malley. We're going kind of a Cubs Blackhawks theme tonight. The Cubs are going in an hour, but we're here to talk Blackhawk hockey for a little while. What's going on, guys? How are you? Sean, how are you?
Excited to talk Blackhawks hockey and hopefully kick off the season on the right note tomorrow.
Love it. Jimmy, you feeling that? You feeling that vibe? Same kind of deal?
If the right note is getting your ass kicked, then yeah, right note.
A little optimism, Jimmy. Come on.
Yeah, a little optimism. No,
oh, come on. Yeah. All right, we won't get their ass kicked too bad.
Yeah, the Blackhawks are playing the Florida Panthers tomorrow, and the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions, they're thrown right into the fire. However, it's not. Florida's missing a couple guys. That's what I was thinking. No Matthew Tkachuk, no Barkov. Neither one of them are playing. The Blackhawks aren't really well. They might be missing Alex Vlasic, which would be a real problem because the left side of that blue line already has enough problems as is. At any rate, before we get going, and we're going to start to talk about the lineup, we're going to talk about a little bit of the cuts. We're going to talk about what we expect out of the Blackhawks this season, and we're going to preview a little bit of the game tomorrow. But, folks, before we get going, if you post a comment on either Facebook or YouTube while we're live right here, and it is a hot take on tomorrow night's game, whether you feel that the Blackhawks will have a surprise win, as Eric Andrews feels. He's ineligible because he's a Rink member. Sorry, Eric. That the Blackhawks will win the game. Even if you're saying Nazar will have 2 assists, if you say 30 saves from Spencer Knight, you are eligible for a chance to win a free t-shirt courtesy of 500level.com, a Blackhawks t-shirt of your choice. When you send your comment out, send your social media if you feel comfortable with it so we can DM you if you win. Remember, you have a chance to win because multiple hot takes could hit on this. But submit your hot takes while you can. I Am Skokes still has one hot take that's up in the air. He has less than 24 hours for Lucas Reichel traded before the opener. Sorry, Skokes. Doesn't look likely at this point. We're all disappointed there with you. But you can also submit another hot take. Anyway, guys, how are we feeling about we got a hot take already. Here we go. Jacob, welcome back. What up, boys?
50% at the dot. I like that one.
Okay. I like it too. Screen just went blank for a minute, but I think we're good.
Yeah, Andy, I think you were frozen in time there. Yeah, you're like a caveman frozen in time, you know?
You froze again for me.
Andy's freezing, so I'll talk a little bit here.
Go for it.
Jacob, thanks for the take. I like that hot take, Bedard being 50% over the dot. He looks good in the preseason. I know the gatekeeper has been on the pod prior and said that obviously they were playing against guys who weren't, NHL caliber guys, but we'll see. I like that hot take.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen throughout the, preseason and in the offseason, Bedard spent a lot of time in the lab, especially just gaining some size, gaining some speed. I would assume to go alongside that, he had to spend a lot of time at the dot in his practice rink. So, I mean, we saw it in the preseason, it really improved. I think he's going to try to do a lot better in the dot this season as well. I would kick this over to Andy, but Andy's out of here.
Andy kicked himself off the pod, so
I did not have that as a hot take.
Jimmy, let's go to the lines. Do you have the lines in front of you?
I have them right in front of me.
All right.
From Daily Faceoff, and this does account for the recent call-ups and injury announcements. So, top line, we got Burakovsky, Bedard, Donato. Second line, we got Bertuzzi, Nazar, Teuvo, Teravainen. Third line, we got Colton Dach, Jason Dickinson, Ilya Mikheyev. And then fourth line, we got Foligno, rookie Ryan Green, recent call-up Ryan Green, and Sam Lafferty. The defensive pairings, we got Grzelcyk, Rinzel. Second pairing, Kaiser, Lev Shunov. And the third and final pairing, Ethan Del Mastro and Connor Murphy.
And let's put it out there. The reason why Ryan Green was recalled is because Landon Slaggert was placed on IR. as well as a Rockford Ice Hog favorite, Joey Anderson, was placed on IR. And then Alex Vlasic may not be able to go. And that's why Matt Grzelcyk is in the top pairing with Sam Renzel.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jimmy, what do you think on the first line? What's your thoughts?
I think the first line makes the most sense. You brought in Burakovsky. He's had a lot of experience in his career, both in Washington and in Colorado, being like on a line with some really good playmakers and, with guys that can find him the puck. I mean, he spent a lot of his time in Colorado with guys like Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and even Landeskog. So I think this makes a lot of sense. I think the perception of him for some fans based on honestly 1 or 2 preseason games is unfounded. I think this kid can score. What we've seen in the preseason is a good inclination of what he does. He fights for pucks. He's in the right area, right time. He makes smart passes. I think it works well. And Donato coming off a career year, I think you got to reward him with being on a line with Bedard. I like surrounding Bedard with a couple of, guys that can score 20 goals a year.
Awesome. And the gatekeeper, Jeff Oz, is joined us. Jeff Osborn is joined us.
What's up, guys?
What's going
on? I saw
on?
you guys were having some technical difficulties, so I thought I'd jump in and make sure I could run the banners for you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was not giving hosting capabilities. So, but Andy appears to have given the hamster some cheese, so he might be back. Let's see.
Did Reichel get traded while I was gone?
He did not. No, unfortunately.
Darn it.
The gatekeeper did join us, and Andy broke down the first line for us, and awesome. I like his takes there. So, Andy, I will throw it back to you.
Awesome. Well, Shawnee, why don't you get us going on line number 2 here? Who do the Hawks have on line number 2 going tomorrow night?
All right, Jimmy, you had said it was Frankie Nazar, it was Tyler Bertuzzi, and Teuvo Teravainen. This seems to be that was a line last year, a combination of veterans, the 2 veterans on the side with Nazar. I like this line. The thing to look for with this line is Frank Nazar creates a lot of breakaways. He created a lot last season. He created an exceptional amount in the AHL, and then it translated into the NHL. The big thing with Nazar is he's got to be able to bury more of those opportunities. That's the big jump that this line has to take, because you know what you're going to get in Teuvo. You kind of know what you're going to get with Bertuzzi. But if Nazar can turn those breakaway opportunities into breakaway goals, this line's really going to jump up, and they may be the best line the Hawks have at the end of the year. So that's what I think of line number 2.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, you have to split up Nazar and Bedard. I mean, you're not going to be putting them together. Frank Nazar is proving right now that he could be the number 2 center of the future. I like the speed that Teuvo brings. I like the puck movement that Teuvo brings, and Bertuzzi has a finishing touch. Will he be able to keep up with them? I hope so. I don't know. I guess, the speed is always kind of the issue with him, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's a decent second line. And honestly, that's a decent second line on a lot of NHL teams. I don't necessarily think, is it a cup contending second line? No, but at the same time, I mean, they're not going to be solely reliant on Bedard, particularly the way that Nazar played, during the preseason. Let's get into Gate. Let's talk about that third line. Colton Dach made the team. Jason Dickinson's going to be in the dot with them, and Ilya Mikheyev. What do you think of that combo?
Well, I like when you read off all 3 lines. What I liked is that there was a mix of youth, but there was also some veteran presence there on all the lines. Because at this point in time, I don't know that you want to throw 3 kids out there together, So you have a little bit of a veteran presence on all of them, and on that third line, they're kind of like, the hardworking diggers, and they have Dach there. They can teach him the ropes, and they have Dickinson, who has leadership. Mikheyev, he's got experience, speed. He's got he was actually played pretty well last year. So I think it's a nice combination with Dach being there, being the new guy that's going to kind of throw his body around a little bit, kind of that next generation of, power forward-ish players. He's not really a power forward, but kind of. I like it.
Yeah, the team is going to be faster this year, which is good. Or is he? I mean, Mikheyev can fly. Dickinson, he needs to have a bounce back year. He does, just to stick around.
Healthy.
Yeah, is he healthy? But he needs to have a bounce back year just to stick around. I mean, he's in a contract year, is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's got to work his way up from the F, and I said he sucked last year.
Right. So, I forgot about that. That was awesome. And then the fourth line, we got to change here. Landon Slaggert is out. He is headed to the IR with an upper body injury, and so Ryan Green is going to be centering the fourth line tomorrow night. Sam Lafferty originally was going to be centering that with Slaggert. Lafferty over to the wing, better position for him. He probably shouldn't be in the middle. And then Nick Foligno, what's to expect out of this line? And Jimmy, talk about what this means, where a lot of people were hoping that Oliver Moore would be slotted there and Ryan Green. You're going to hear all the Blackhawk meatball fans out there being like, it should have been Moore, not Green. He deserves it more. Talk to us about the why a little bit on this whole thing.
I think the why is mostly it's easier to shelter Green than it is Moore. I mean, you put Green on a line with two very physical, very stay-at-home guys that have been there for almost a decade, and you play him 7-8 minutes a night for maybe a week until Slaggert gets back. I don't know the extent of his injury. It doesn't, even with him being on IR, it doesn't sound horrendous. And I think based on last season, you want to continue to see Ryan Green playing this center role at the NHL level because he really showed he could do it. Both last season and the preseason. So that's kind of where I get the idea of why they put him here. I think also the reason you don't see Oliver Moore in the NHL is like, hey, Oliver Moore looks like a top 6 winger. Let's not throw him in the third or fourth line and just kind of like have him just putz around and play against the physical guys. When he's not the physical guy, he's the speed, counterattacking guy. It doesn't make sense for his play style. So let him do that in Rockford right away. Ryan Green wins faceoffs, looks like a prototypical bottom 6 center. Bring him up and keep him there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You want Moore to be more than a fourth line player.
But
yeah, it's that simple. So you need him to
I think
you need him down. You need him down in Rockford scoring goals.
You want more for more.
More for more. Yes, correct.
Alliteration aside,
more for more. And anyway, Ryan Green, his job in the NHL when he's a full-time NHLer, which he's going to be soon, he might still spend time in Rockford, is going to be that defensive-minded pivot. So put him out there in that situation. Let's see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Not to turn the page to something a little bit more dark and ominous, but boy, the blue line and the pairings, and I don't know, guys. If Alex Vlasic can't go tomorrow night, and maybe if he can't even go this week, what's the over/under on the amount of goals that the Blackhawks are going to give up?
I think tomorrow night, though, it's opening night is always unique because it's the first game. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's just finding their games. Nobody's played a full game. Yeah. You also got to take into account Spencer Knight is playing against his old team in Florida, getting his first opening night start. Maybe he stands on his head. Maybe they don't surrender 6 goals. And it's
Could be. No, I mean he's going to have a hell of a performance in order for them to sniff victory. It seems like, but I don't. So I mean, if Vlasic is out tomorrow night, which it looks like that's likely.
Yeah, I think
it doesn't sound like he's going to play, and then everyone hopes that maybe that he'll play against Boston. It sounds as of now that Matt Grzelcyk, who just signed, signed a one. He was offered a professional tryout agreement, 1 year, $1 million contract. Good for him. You show up to try out with a team and they give you $1 million for a year. That's a decent salary. It sounds like he's going to be
half that you never hear from me again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sean will not be on the pod anymore. Matt Grzelcyk will be paired with Rinzel as of today. Sam Rinzel, Wyatt Kaiser, and Artem Levshinov. They were a pair for a lot of the preseason, and then it looks like Ethan Del Mastro and Connor Murphy might be paired together, and that's what we call the Wince pair. You hear that pair and you go, you're not exactly sure. I feel that way about Wyatt Kaiser sometimes too. But fellas, what do we think of the pairings? How are you feeling about the Blackhawks D-corps? None of the young guys really stepped up and earned a position, whether it was Del Mastro, Allen, Korchinski. Everyone was hopeful for those three. Del Mastro might be in the lineup tomorrow, but that might be it. When Vlasic's back, he's gone. How do you feel about all this?
Well, I mean, you're under a new coaching staff, so that's going to be another complexity to this whole thing too. And they've struggled through the whole preseason getting this together with this coaching scheme and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting. I guess, the Grizzly, he did have a career year last year, and he's a good veteran presence. He's there next to probably your best young defenseman, Rinzel, but you're going to also be facing the other team's top competition. So there's all kinds of qualifiers here with these pairs. Kaiser, Levshunov, yikes. Levshunov is kind of a wild cat. We like him because he's kind of wild and crazy, but like, is Kaiser the guy? I mean, we did see that. We did see that card this week saying that he was like some kind of defensive stalwart and he's a physical player, which I didn't get that at all.
No,
he doesn't seem physical to me at all. Levshunov, he is physical. It could be fun, but you're going to be on the edge of your seat with those guys.
Yeah. I mean, I worry. I don't know if Del Mastro plays. I mean, he was having trouble with the speed of the Detroit Red Wings AHL players during the preseason, and now he's going to be thrown in against the Stanley Cup champs on a banner night for them. Yikes. Jimmy, thoughts on the D pairs, thoughts on the D in general? Grizzly, talk about Grizzly.
I'm going to be complimentary.
All right, I like it.
Let's be complimentary. I look at those top two pairings, Grizzly, Rinzel, Kaiser, Levshunov, and I think these are pretty solid puck-moving defensemen. I think especially Grizzly, we saw last year, 40 points, career high. I have a good friend who's a Penguins fan. He tells me, like, that guy can move the puck.
Yeah.
He can really find people where you need it. And Rinzel did that too. I really think that first pairing, if they do it right, they can really move that offense in the offensive zone. And same with Kaiser and Levshunov. I think especially Levshunov, that guy can really, really spring from the defensive zone and really make passes up the neutral zone and even further. So I'll be complimentary. Those first two pairings, you can move the puck with those guys.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see how aggressive they get against Florida. If they want to get these top two pairings to really move that puck around, get them involved in the offensive zone, even risk counterattacking. I mean, risk getting counterattacked against. But I want to maybe Blasio was like, hey, we're going against the defending champs. No one has expectations us to win. Let's try to be risky a little bit with these top two pairings. Now, with that bottom pairing, I agree with you, Andy. It's just a big I don't like seeing EDM in the NHL right now. We saw in preseason, we saw last year, he had spurts, but it's like, man, he gets out of position. He's almost like Levshunov, but Levshunov just has so much more natural talent that he can overcome being overly aggressive by just skating better than everyone else. Ethan Del Mastro simply doesn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say if everything goes right with the bottom pairing, means they made zero risks the entire game. Blashill sits him down and goes, hey, do not do anything risky. Don't get aggressive in the O-zone. Sit back. Don't be aggressive in the puck. And I take that as a win for that third pairing.
But wouldn't that be wouldn't you be hampering like Leshunov's like skill then? Because
he's a second pairing. You would tell the top two pairings, hey, be a little bit aggressive. You're puck movers.
The top pair, second pair, you got to let him be him. Otherwise, I think you're neutering him, for lack of a better term.
Wow,
you would tell
there are better terms.
Kind of the opposite of what you tell the first two pairings. Like the first two pairings, be like, hey, be puck movers. Let's see if we can be aggressive. You look at Del Mastro and Murphy, like, you guys are not fast or agile enough to take the risks. You need to be the very vanilla, unexciting pairing for this entire game.
Just don't get scored on. Just don't
Yeah, basically they put you guys out there so you can give everyone else a rest.
Exactly.
And then don't get crushed in your own end.
Yeah, don't get
enough for the other guys to take a break.
And don't get hurt, Connor Murphy. At least not until Vlasic is healthy.
Give us a couple weeks, Murphy, will you?
Yeah.
Speaking of Vlasic, I did see Ben Pope's tweet about it earlier. He mentioned Blashill thinks Vlasic may only if he does miss tomorrow, it'll probably be the only game he misses.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's a good sign. And Slaggert, they say, is like very, very short stint, probably a week, which is a good sign for both of them.
Which is fine. Yeah, and then that might mean Green goes right back down. We'll see. Yeah, Jacob, your comment for our audio listeners out there. Vlasic being out is detrimental to the deep pairings. Yeah. You are correct. Our best defenseman is not playing tomorrow night.
Yeah. You see, that's not a hot take, so we're not going to give you a t-shirt.
Right. Yeah, my hot take is, why is he out? It's terrible.
My hot take is we're going to lose.
Yeah, kind of like Sean last week. Anton Frondel is good.
For the record, my hot take for the season is that, and we've said it before, that Drew Comessa will get 10 to 15 games in the NHL.
I hear you. I still got my.
And that's one of my better hot takes, as opposed to, I can't remember his name, was scored 20 goals.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that was bad.
We've all been there. Alec Regula is still not playing in the NHL. That was my guy for a while there. Oh well. Anyway, Lucas Reichel still not traded.
Ben Pope said he was quote unquote banished.
Banished.
Yep, but not traded yet.
Yeah, I got a question on tomorrow night, and I'm wondering if anyone is listening out there, if anyone has a hot take on this. Is there bad blood between Seth Jones and Nick Foligno? And the media right now seems like they're trying to hype this up. It doesn't sound like Foligno and Jones feel that there is, but Jones was really outspoken last year about wanting to leave Chicago and wasn't very pleasant for about a 10-day period where he essentially forced the Hawks' hand to trade him. Now, the trade worked out for everybody. You got Spencer Knight in the first. Seth Jones went on to win his first Stanley Cup. Everybody wins. At the same time, the way that he handled it publicly, in my opinion, was not admirable. Does anyone take a run at him tomorrow night? Does anyone say, all right, Seth, come on, let's do it?
Well,
you're dropping him.
Today he tried to walk those comments back.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have my prediction.
Go ahead, Gator.
What do you got?
Colton Dock.
Love it.
Colton Dock was after him.
Yeah.
He wants to make a name for himself. He wants to get into the fans' lore of being that hero who protects guys or goes after other teams. I say it's going to be Colton Dock.
Yeah.
I lean towards just it not happening just because of what we've seen between Tampa and Florida in the preseason.
You're probably tired.
I'm not in the mood to start the season.
National Guard was called in there just for the game.
Yeah. I don't know. This whole preseason thing with the two Florida teams and then with the Senators and the Canadians, who knows what's going on there.
Well, how about in the Florida-Tampa game, a guy scored a goal that wasn't eligible because he'd already been ejected from the game?
Yeah,
rewind the clock.
I mean, it's literally these four teams, the Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators against each other, and the Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning are basically saying, let's make sure one of these guys is injured so we don't have to play against them in the regular season. I mean, I really think there is all those fights and all that stuff. It's beyond message sending at that point.
Yeah.
If it's happening in the preseason, it's like, it just got so out of control. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I would love to see Colton Dock challenge. You know what, Gate, to your point, if it's not Seth Jones, Colton Dock will challenge someone tomorrow night.
Yeah.
He will.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not Jones, it might be someone else.
Marchand?
Luke Cunningham.
Marchand doesn't fight, though.
No, he doesn't.
Marchand won't fight. They might go back and forth a little bit, but Marchand won't drop him.
It would definitely be someone on that fourth line. I would say it's probably AJ Greer.
Greer would be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Greer and Doc, I think, make a ton of sense.
Yeah, if the game isn't moving fast enough.
Or Gadrovic. That'd be a
fun or ESPN radio's down. Yeah, we need some ratings here. Let's do something.
Someone in between benches, tell them to drop it. So the game is at what?
Came in, boys.
The game is at what, 5 Eastern tomorrow?
6.
Yeah, early 6 first game in the NHL season.
Yeah, it's an early one. I like it. What can we be hopeful for? The season's about to start. The Blackhawks won't be in the playoffs. What can we be hopeful? I know, sorry. What are you hoping for this year, Sean? Like at the end of the season, when it's wrapped up, when the season ends in the last regular season game in April, what will be a satisfying season for you?
Frank Nazar outplays the contract extension he signed starting next season. I think that he's like a 20-goal scorer and he's worth more than the extension already in place. I think that's number one. I think Sam Rinzel establishing himself as, if not the number one defenseman on the team, like the top one or two, like establishes himself, and it's known around the NHL, not just in the Blackhawks circles, that he is a top pairing defenseman. And then 3, Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight puts in a full year as the guy, establishes himself that he can handle the load as the 1A goaltender on a team. I think are my 3 biggest takeaways from this season. Obviously, Bedard taking that next step will be, but those 3 guys are, I think, the auxiliary pieces to Bedard. So I think those guys need to take the next step.
I like it. Gate, what about you? And no one has to do a full 3, or else none of us will have a chance to jump in. But I like it, Sean. I think.
Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away.
Right. And 7 is no. I'm teasing. What do you think, Gate? What makes a successful season for you for the Blackhawks?
Yeah, of course, you want to see improvement in the point category. They have to be better in the standings. You need to see something 15, 16, 20 points better would be nice. That would be real nice. You just want to see some progression somewhere. They can't be within like the same record within like 4-6 points. Like you're not really progressing then, because those, that's a couple of like, shootout wins or something, like, just coin tosses basically.
Yeah.
And you want to see Connor Bedard, increase his point total. You want to see him get to that upper echelon. He went, last year, he had 67. He went from 61 to 67. I'd like to see him in the 75 to 80 point range.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Be honest with you, at
80
least 80.
Be a big step.
Yeah. You need to see that. You need some consistency. You want to see him play with confidence. I mean, a lot of what goes around with this team is Connor Bedard. You want to see him confident. You want to see him successful. You want to see him comfortable. You want to see everything with Connor Bedard, because this is your franchise player right here. You got a good defenseman in Sam Rinzel, but Connor Bedard's your guy. And until Anton Frondell gets here, and I'm sure you guys are going to talk about that later, right now he's the guy. He's it. Nazar's nice, but he's no Connor Bedard. And Connor, where this team goes will be with Connor Bedard.
Yeah. Good take. Jacob, we all agree with you. Bedard becomes dominant. Nazar, Knight, Rinzel, and Levshunov, or Lefsonov, all step up and become really good players. Jimmy, what about you? Anything that we haven't mentioned?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I think you guys kind of covered it. We haven't had multiple players with 70-plus points in a season since 2021, 2022. So if we can see, kind of build off what we've already said, we can see like Bedard and Nazar get above like 70, 75 points. Like that would be huge. Then you're looking at that like, hey, here's 2 guys under the age of like 22 that are point per game that we're just about ready to take it on. So I mean, I think that's a big thing. I think 75 points should be a reasonable expectation. A stretch goal to me is like 80.
Yeah.
80 would be an incredible season, in my opinion. That's like, oh, wow, we almost were like a point per game team, like averaging an overtime loss per game team. Like that to me is really good. So those are my 2 big ones. Obviously, I want to see more out of the guys that we'd like to see more of, pun intended, for more, I would say. Yeah. Rinzel. I'd love to see a young left-handed defenseman, not named Alex Vlasic, make an obvious case that he is a franchise second pairing left-handed defenseman.
That is my biggest worry.
I think that's like the biggest, like, I need that answer. Because to me, like, Vlasic.
Hey, Kaiser, guys.
It could. I'm not going to throw him away yet, but like.
No, I don't want Kaiser thrown away. I just want him to be what he's made to be, and that's a bottom 6 defenseman. Yeah, not your number 2 lefty defenseman. Yeah. That's it.
In a perfect world, I think that like Kaiser's a really good third pairing. I don't want him in the second pairing. Like I'm looking at Korchinski, and I mean, I think Korchinski, he has my eye this entire season. Yeah. Like I want it at the end. I want to have this conversation in May, April, May, June, where we're going, yep, our top 4 for this franchise going forward in a Stanley Cup contending team is Vlasic, Rinzel, Korchinski, Levshunov. Like, that's what I'm really hoping for.
Yeah. So good stuff. I agree with all that. What I'm really hoping for is all that you guys said, plus Jimmy, you mentioned this as one of your hot takes. Roman Kanserov breaks his KHL contract sometime later this year and comes over here and signs with the Chicago Blackhawks. His contract will be over at the end of this year. He can sign next year, but I'd love it, as you mentioned, that it happens a little earlier. If Anton Frondel's season ends before the Blackhawks regular season ends over in Sweden, that he signs and he comes over and gets a couple games. BU goes on a big run. Sasha Boisvert, when that season ends after his second year of college hockey, he signs and he's part of the fold. And that these guys in their cup of coffee games or however many games that they play with the team are doing well, so that Dickinson gone, Lafferty gone, Foligno gone, and you have this young core of forwards that you're going, okay, some of you will be in this next year. Maybe some of you will be in the AHL. But a lot of those guys, Oliver Moore included and Ryan Moore included, will all be around. And that 26, 27, you can really see going into the year that this is go time. I think that would be really, really special.
And then maybe you make a trade that helps the team offensively. You get somebody.
There's that. And maybe then the summer of 26 is the summer where some UFAs see the young group that's there and is like, okay, maybe I could get a lot more money going to the Blackhawks and an opportunity to win in 3 years or something like that. So
Connor McDavid's a free agent, 3 years.
Yeah, right. And he's obviously coming to the Blackhawks right after.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean,
32
to reach our competitive
fans from 32 different NHL franchises today said, okay, it's only 2 more years until he comes here.
Yeah. Still putting it out there. My hot take is he's going to the Dallas Stars.
Whoa.
In 3 years?
In 3 years, he'll sign with the Dallas Stars.
Okay. All right. Remind us in 3 years.
I will.
And I think, kind of to circle back, because now I'm thinking about it, another thing I really do want to see, I want to see young players become like leaders, not just like good on the ice. I really want to see guys like Nazar and, Bedard, obviously, and like other guys that are starting this season in the NHL this year as the young guys. By the end of the year, it's like, hey, like, we can let these veterans go. They now have the veteran mindset at like 22, 23 years old. You can get those guys from the AHL. You can have lines and pairings of guys 24 years and younger because you can trust these guys to be leaders on and off the ice. So that's another big one for me.
Yeah. Awesome.
That Frundell guy, by the way, he had 6 goals and 2 assists in 9 games.
Yeah,
that Frundell guy?
Yeah.
Nothing more to prove.
Nothing more to prove.
Yeah, they're already on this. He needs to be a North America thing.
Yeah, no, he's going to finish the season over there. Excel. Keep scoring.
Yeah, and some guy called me I don't even know what. Then Brent Sini needed to be on the roster. So
that's cool. That's interesting.
I think he called me or Eric a plebeian or something like
that. No,
he
called me a plebeian.
Oh, that's what it was.
Plebeian?
A plebeian that didn't get attention from my father.
Wow.
I feel like the shark from Finding Nemo. I've never known my father.
Yeah. And Martin Misiak needed to be in the NHL after 1 AHL game. Like, just asinine takes.
Plebeians.
Yeah,
that is ultra aggressive.
He wanted Cini.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, as a guy as our resident Rockford guy, I love all these players. I'm really excited to see what they can do in Rockford. They're just very clearly not NHL players, and they need a lot of marinating. I don't care.
That's why they're
I don't care if they're like 23. Like some people are like, oh, they're too old for the AHL. It's like, no, there's no such thing as too old for the AHL. You can be 24 years old and you need time in the AHL, become an NHL.
You're really bad, but you're too old for the AHL. Let's play you in the NHL.
Yeah, it's like,
sounds
hey,
awesome.
You're very clearly not quite the NHL guy, but like
amazing.
There's an age limit for the AHL apparently, so we got to call you up.
Yeah, or we just send you to Austria,
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, going back to the Frundell thing, I think what was really cool is if any of you have seen his goals this year, he's scoring in a bunch of different ways. He's scoring in a bunch of different ways. I mean, yeah, he got a Michigan, which is great, but his release is real. He has a rocket of a shot. He plays big. He plays physical. He's fast. I mean, this is a really good pick at 3. It's looking like a really good pick, and he will be a Blackhawk next year, if not before. So Skokes is focused on Frondell. Right. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
I like that.
By the way, Skokes, you could throw out another hot take here for a T-shirt, buddy, on tomorrow night's game. We got a front runner. Jacob's got one out there. You can throw one out there because your Reich will take probably one hit. He probably won't be traded tomorrow morning.
Yeah, would be interested
if
in
he is,
Michael.
Win. Yeah.
And I think another thing about Frondell that I really like, I saw this tweet earlier today. I think his name is Lassie Allanen. He said Frondell at center this season, 7 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 1.86 shots per game. On the wing, 2 games, 5 goals, 0 assists, 6 shots on goal per game.
Jeez.
A lot of people take this as evidence like, oh, he's obviously a winger. And that could be true, but I also see it as this kid adapts to where he's needed.
Yeah.
Like, in center, he plays the center game. He shoots less. He's more of a distributor. He has both of his assists on the season on the wing. I mean, at center. On the wing, he's like, I'm here to score. That's what you put me on the wing for. So I'm just going to shoot as much as I can. And it's working.
That's awesome. I mean, put him in a scoring position. And maybe Frondell is that guy that Bedard needs. It might be him. We don't know.
Yeah.
We shall see. But I mean, he's a 3rd overall pick. I mean, he's going to be legit.
Yeah. Let's not forget, too, at 18 years old, this kid is over 6 foot and over 200 pounds.
Oh, he's a grown man. He's a grown man.
He's 6'1", 205, according to Elite Prospect.
Right.
At 18 years old.
Yeah. And Korchinski's sitting there going, how'd you do that? I mean, give me some of that, man.
What are you eating?
Yeah, exactly.
Peanut butter by the jar.
By the case.
Mason West is like, now you see what you do here is.
You just got to play some football.
There it is. And Mason West, who threw for over 300 yards in his
Michigan State's going to say, instead of playing hockey, can you play a little
They might need him. They might need him. Probably would. Yeah. All right. Well, ahead of tomorrow night, any other thoughts, guys, that we got here?
Anything I got else? Some trivia, some opening night trivia.
But before the trivia, any other thoughts on tomorrow night's game? Anything to look for? Anything you're curious about seeing? Cool. All right, Sean, your floor.
All right. We have 3 trivia questions around opening night. They're not
3?
They're short answers. It's not like Jimmy's name every player drafted in 2017 first round. All right. So the first question is,
not yet. Yeah.
When was the Hawks' last win on opening night?
2017 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, where they won 10-3.
No.
Dang.
He thought he had it. I had to look at it. He had to look at it.
Already. I was like, man, because that game.
We're not allowed to look anything up, obviously, right? I mean,
No.
I don't have this. I can't remember anything.
Gate, you got a guess?
No.
Do we just need the year, or do we need
the year?
2022.
Close.
2023.
2023. They beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-2.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the right team, just the wrong year.
There you go.
All right, Jimmy. When was the last time the Blackhawks opened at home?
Ooh.
It's been a few years.
2010 when they raised a banner. 2015 when they raised a banner.
2019.
When they beat Florida, but Jacob doesn't know the year.
No.
Oh. Sorry, Jacob.
2015 was close.
14.
17.
2017, 2018.
The game I picked.
And, okay, Jimmy, so who's the last Blackhawk to have a hat trick on opening night?
Ryan Hartman.
Who?
Ryan Hartman.
That is incorrect. It was in the 2017-2018 game, though.
Someone had a hat trick that night?
Somebody had a hat trick
Patrick
that
Kane?
night. It was not Patrick Kane.
Oh, I remember because everyone got so hyped for it and thought
Artemi Panarin?
No, he was
No,
traded.
he was traded for Artemi Panarin.
Oh, Brandon Saad.
Brandon Saad had a hat
trick.
trick, and it was the first one on opening night since Bobby Hull in 1965.
Man. I remember that game because everyone thought that vindicated the Artemi Panarin trade.
Whoops.
Say you
They
remember
won 10-3 against defending champs, and everyone was like, well, yep, we're back, man.
Yeah. Well, kudos to Stan Bowman, I guess, for getting Connor McDavid for 2 more years. I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Someone,
yeah, good move.
I saw a tweet, and it was so funny. This is regarding the Connor McDavid signing. It was like, I've never seen a prove it deal where the prove it was on the team, not the
organization.
Yeah, it's a prove it deal towards the organization. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Well, Connor McDavid wields that power. Like, he's the best player on the planet. He can do whatever he wants.
He literally told him, I've left $9 million over 2 years on the table. You better win.
Well, that and $9 million that hopefully, well, we know from previous experience, Stan Bowman is not going to use it well. But any confidence he had would use it well.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, do you guys think the Wallman deal is good or bad? I think it's fine.
I didn't see it.
It's 7 years, $7 million per.
7 for 7.
I think for what they expect him to be, which is a second pairing defenseman, I really think $7 million a year is kind of the going rate.
Yeah.
But he is 29, so I don't know.
Ooh.
It's a lot to give a guy, but he doesn't have a ton of miles on him. That's a big thing.
You question the brilliance of Steve Yzerman, because Steve Yzerman gave him away 2 years ago for half that cost and a draft pick, I believe.
He gave away a second-round pick with Wallman for future consideration.
Yep. To San Jose.
The Sharks make out like wild bandits because they traded nothing, got Wallman in the second, and then traded Wallman for a first. They got a first and the second for existing. Hilarious.
I mean, the contract's fine, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the cap is going to keep going up.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's not something that people are, as much as I would love to just rip on Stan Bowman right now.
I'm sure they'd love to get rid of that Darnell Nurse contract.
Yeah, probably.
Weirdly enough, that's starting to look not as horrible as some of the other signings I'm seeing. What do you guys think of this Jacob, who is it, Lacombe from the Ducks?
Jackson Lacombe?
He got an 8x9.
Yeah, that's too much.
I think it's way too much for what he's shown.
I don't know. I mean, if you're Frank Nazar, you're going, man, I did this too quickly.
Oh, you're looking at Vlasic, you're going, holy crap!
Yeah,
he just got raked over the coals.
Yeah, but Vlasic,
my agent.
He's gonna hit coin though when this thing.
He's gonna be the guy that Kyle Davidson goes, hey, thanks for taking. Yeah, White the deal. Here's your bonus deal.
They traded guarantees for certainty. Like they know what they're going to get paid. You never know. Like an injury could happen and you lose all that money. So they took the money to guarantee their future. I respect them both for taking the deals.
100%. Yeah.
If somebody offered me, if I was that type of player, somebody offered me money, I'd sign right away.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was 21 years old, someone told me, hey, do you want to make $50 million over the next 8 years? 7 years. I'm like, yeah, I would. That sounds really nice.
How old is Vlasic when his current deal is going to be over? He's going to be what, like 28?
Let me double check it.
He'll still have one more big payday.
What does he have? 4 years left on it, or 3 years left on it? I can't remember.
It was a 6-year extension, 6 by 4, 4.6.
It's over in the summer of 30. How old was he?
Summer of 30. So it'll be about. I'm trying to do the math correctly.
He's
age 29.
29. Yeah, so he's going to get paid.
He'll get another one.
He could max out on term and stay in Chicago in his next contract if he wants to.
And then Frank Nazar, 7 by 6.599. He is currently 21 years old.
Yeah, so he'll be 27 at the end of that deal. He'll get another.
Yeah, he'll be right entering his prime.
He'll get like 8 for 9 or something. Or
8
for 10.
I actually, if he
produces
like we hope he will, he'll be making north of $10 million a year.
Yeah, with that, how the cap's going to be by that point, probably like not even kidding.
Yeah, he'll be 13. Yeah. His AAV will definitely be north of 10 mil.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, cool. We'll go Hawks tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Buckle up. I don't know. I hope we're not too depressed by November 1st. like we have been the last 2 years. But we'll see. Who knows? It'd be great if they could have a hot start. It'd just be really, really fun if they could have a hot start and do well. Maybe next year's the actual breakthrough year, but we'll see. They'll be better. It won't be complete, but they'll be better. All right, fellas. Good to see you all. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning, folks. Jacob's got a pretty decent hot take. That's the front runner right now for a T-shirt. 50% in the dot for Connor Bedard tomorrow night. We'll see.
Lucas Reichel still could be traded before.
Yeah, but if Lucas Reichel is traded before
puck drop,
Central, before puck drop, then it's on.
That would be awesome if he was traded during the banner ceremony.
That's technically the game. Yeah, right. Then what do we? Then we have a tough decision to make.
Yeah. Do we go puck drop? Like, let's say he's traded at like 4:02. Do we go puck drop or 4 o'clock?
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. So are we, brother. So are we.
All right, folks. Well, hey, have a good night. Go Hawks. Go Cubs tonight. And let's have some wins for Chicago, as Gabe mentioned in his tweet the other day. Even if you're not a Cubs fan or you don't follow baseball, Chicago needs some wins.
Yeah.
So let's go there. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Go Hawks, and let's get a win tomorrow night. See y'all later.